how Apple became the world's most valuable company, and what were the reasons when even the owner of Apple were ousted from his own company. Let's start the most inspiring story of Steve Jobs. In June 2023, Apple became the world's first publicly traded company to achieve a valuation of $3 trillion. Apple's success story began with Steve Jobs when he was born on 24 February 1955 in San Francisco. Steve was born before the marriage of his real parents, and there wasn't time when his parents were even thinking of getting an abortion done. But fortunately, that did not happen. His mother gives birth to him and given him to a family in Mountain View, California. This place was emerging as an electronic hub in America at that time, and Steven's father, Paul Jobs, himself used to run an electronic workshop. Due to these things, Steve has developed a keen interest in electronics since childhood. In 1971, 16-year-old Steve Jobs met 21-year-old Steve Wozniak. They become friends due to their mutual interest in technology, and by the end of the year, this friendship turns into a business partnership. At that time, devices called Blue Box were used to make calls from one place to another, which were becoming very popular in America. Inspired by this, they created their Blue Box device. Steve Jobs sold around 200 such devices for a total of $3,000. After this initial success, this pair of Stevens realized very well that together they can really do something big. On 1st March 1976, Wozniak shows Steve Jobs a machine which was a very advanced computer for that time. Steve Jobs is very impressed with it, and both of them take it to HP company to sell their design, but the company rejected their idea. And this was the moment when Steve Jobs convinced Steve Wozniak that they should start their own company. Then a month later, on April 1st, 1976, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak and their third partner, Ronald Wayne, started Apple together, whose first product is the same machine made by Wozniak, which was now named Apple I. Ronald Wayne bought 10% stake in Apple by paying $800 and became the co-founder of Apple. But within 2 weeks, he felt that there was no scope in this business, and due to the fear of losing his money, sold his stake to Jobs and Wozniak and exited the company. If Ronald Wayne had not sold his stakes for $800 at that time, so today he would have had wealth worth approximately $100 billion, which was a lot. In 1977, Apple launched its first project, Apple II, and it proved to be a huge success, and Apple popularity continues to grow. In 1980, Apple launched an IPO to become a public company. In April 1983, Steve Jobs leaves the position of CEO of Apple, and this responsibility is taken over by John Sculley. Next year in 1984, Apple launched its new computer Macintosh, and through its advertisement, it stood in the competition with the biggest computer of that time, IBM. Apple spent $1.5 million on creating an ad to promote Macintosh, and this marketing campaign of Apple proved to be highly successful, and Macintosh sales keep increasing. Then Apple ran its next promotion called Test Drive a Macintosh, through which customers could purchase the Macintosh from a dealer by a credit card, and they could have returned it after using it for 24 hours. This campaign of Apple was very successful, but many of the Macintosh computers returned to the dealer were in such a poor condition that they could not be resold. Apple CEO John Sculley had to increase the price of Macintosh to avoid the losses, and many policies also had to be changed. Although Steve Jobs was not happy with this decision, and in the coming days, Macintosh sales went down and it failed to defeat IBM. And during this, there was a conflict between John Sculley and Steve. John Sculley ousted Apple's real founder Steve Jobs from the company. After this, John Sculley planned to expand Apple rapidly and launch many products under the company. Initially, they get success, but within a decade, Apple started incurring losses. At one point, the situation became such that Apple was on the verge of shutting down. In such a situation, the company's board of directors decided to bring back Steve Jobs again, and Steve Jobs rejoined Apple in 1997. And in the year 2000, he again became the CEO of Apple. Steve Jobs first shortened the long list of the Apple products and then focused on some selected products only. In the coming years, products like iMac gained a lot of popularity in market, but this was just the beginning. Year 2007. This year, Steve Jobs launched a product that changed the world forever and took Apple to the point where today this company is ruling the whole world. Yes, I'm talking about iPhone, which was launched by Steve Jobs himself. However, Apple and Steve Jobs' journey did not last long, and in October 2011, we lost a gem considered to be a modern master of marketing. Steve Jobs' death created panic among Apple's investors, and they feared that the company might be collapsed in the coming days. But another genius, Tim Cook, became the Steve Jobs' successor, under whose leadership Apple continued to make further progress, and today it has become the world's largest public company, the market valuation of $3 trillion. Tim Cook joined Apple in 1998 and had a huge contribution in the development of everything from iPad to iPhone. But friends, the question is, what is so special about Apple that this company and its products are so popular? The biggest secret of Apple's success is its marketing strategies, which have always been unmatched. Apple has always run successful marketing campaigns. Their advertisements look simple, but they tell a story in themselves. The clean and simple design of Apple products also make them stand out in the market. Apple does not sell you products, it sells you experience and happiness. When people buy Apple products, they are not just buying the product, rather they are entering an ecosystem and becoming part of a loyal fan base. From time to time, Apple keeps introducing such features in its products which give them a standout position in the market, like the fingerprint scanner introduced in iPhone 5s, facial recognition system introduced in iPhone X, and dynamic island introduced in iPhone 14 Pro. Last but not the least. So this was the story of Apple reaching $3 trillion. How did you like it? Do tell me in the comment section below and tell me which Apple product you are using now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.